Paul, and this is Underwood Homes.
Welcome back to the renovation project at Kenton. This week, we're stripping the old roof off and taking the whole thing down. We'll also be strengthening the tops of the walls around the windows and trying to straighten out 200 years worth of wonky stonework to get the house nice and straight, ready for our new wall plates.
Roof is off. The house is looking like something from the Blitz. We took all the trusses off yesterday. We just got the last two A-frames. We took them down this morning. Now we're just going to start straightening out the walls, trying to get the new wall plates on, ready for the new roof that we're putting on next week. All we're left with is the walls. This is where we're going to try and straighten out. We're basically going to clear all this off, get this old fascia off. If you look down through there, you can see how wonky that wall is. So what we're going to do is just try and straighten that out a little bit, and then we can get our wall plates straight. Do the same on the back, get our wall plates level, parallel, and then try and figure out where our ridge is going to be on these chimneys for the new roof. The plan is get all this off. You can see it's been nailed and screwed over the years, so some of it's screwed to the stone. So we're going to be a little bit careful how we take it off. Taking this top course off, at least this top course of stonework. Maybe the next course we'll see what it's like. Bits we've got to watch out for are these heads. You can't really see them because they're fascia board, but they're the heads over the window. One big piece of stone, and all three of them have like leant out and started to fall over, and the kind of, I think over time the roof's pushed them because they're a weaker point over the windows. They've given way, like so. They're the worst, wonkiest bits. So we're gonna get them off, straighten it out, and it'll look a lot better. We're gonna take the depth out of this fireplace now, because until we stripped the roof, I couldn't tell where the chimney was in relation to the wall. But now we can see the chimney's on top of the gable, and the fireplace just comes out to create room for the flue, which I'll show you in a bit. Theoretically, we can drop all of this chunky bit, and that'll give us loads more room inside the house. We can keep the chimney, and we might just have to rebuild a slightly smaller chimney breast to keep a flue, so we can have a flue liner and a log burner later on. That doesn't make much sense, but when you see it, you'll understand. Yeah, so that's what we're on about. We're hoping all them heads would be structurally sound and use them again. We've just pulled it out and it's cracked, so we'll have to find some replacement, I think. We managed to get all the new floor joists in, finished the last bit of floorboarding last week, which is good because it's made a nice safe platform for us to work with the towers so we could get the A-frames down. Yeah, we're hoping to keep the two A-frames in there. One of them was in the way of a partition wall, the party wall between the two houses. It wouldn't have been worth trying to keep that one because you wouldn't have really seen it as a feature inside. And the other one, it wasn't that nice looking. It was pretty ugly, full of nails and pretty rotted. So we decided to sack them both off, and the purlins, get rid of them. That'll make everything easier for when we're cutting in the new roof, because they won't be in the way. We ain't got to build around them. We can cut a new roof in, and then what I think we'll do, we've kept some of the timbers, so what we'll do is we're gonna make a feature out of them, but just fit them where we want them, where they're gonna look pretty inside. We can just fix the old timbers and it'll look like a nice original feature. I mean, it's original timber, but it'll look like an original feature, but without all the hassle of trying to build in a crappy old A-frame, you know? So we've replaced this stonework here. Above this head, the stonework had given up basically. It got tired, same as the head above when I was on about the roof had pushed it out. I think a similar thing had happened here and it had been bodged up and patched over the years. We replaced that, we took all that crappy bit out, and also this stonework here had bellied, started to lean out, and the same with the door. There was a bit of a belly like out here. So what we've done, we've taken those two old heads out, some of this pillar down, and just rebuilt it back in. Managed to use some of the nice flagstones we pulled up out of the floor to make a nice detail over the head on both of them. Managed to get that one in one piece, but that was just too big to get in one piece, so we had to do it in three, make it look pretty. We've managed to straighten the house out a bit. We've taken out that belly, so it's not dangerous or any structural issues anymore. Straighten the whole thing out, new lintels in, nice new stonework. We've patched the house up and it's gonna look good and last forever now. So that was a good job done. We've scratched the joints back on this one because we're gonna, at some point, we're gonna repoint the whole cottage, all of the front, so it'll all look nice and neat. So that's why we've scratched these joints back, because we'll point that in the same colour as when we do the repointing. We only came this far down with the pillar because you've got to find that right balance of not going too far. Like, it's easy to say, oh, well, I've come this far. Oh, well, this one's a bit untidy, let's go that far. Oh, well, this one's a bit untidy, we'll go that far. Before you know it, you've dropped the whole front of the house and you've built the whole thing up. So what we did was went down to where the wall was strong together again. Both skins were still solid, and we just built from there, because at least we know structurally it's sound. And when we repoint all of this, that'll look a lot, this whole face will look a lot better once it's repointed. All the new floor joists are in, all boarded out, so it's safe, ready for us to work off. Just waiting for some details, one off the structural engineer and two off the architect, because we've got a party wall going up here somewhere, and that is going to go from the floor right up to the top of the new roof. That's got to be all fireproofed and soundproofed and all that, because it's splitting up the two houses. That room is in the third house, this one's in the middle house. So you're going to come in this front door, there'll be a wall there, and the stairs are going to be here. We've cut the trimmers in. We've got a triple there and a trimmer there for the opening for the staircase. But what we've done temporary is put these two joists in temporary, because we're going to drop these two out afterwards, cut the hole out afterwards. But for now, we boarded straight across, just so it's a nice, safe platform to work on while we're putting the new roof on. Also, we've left an opening down this end. This isn't a staircase, because we were undecided at the time of how far we're going to drop this fireplace, or if we're even going to drop it. We decided just to finish the joist there and actually just leave an opening there, because now that we are going to drop this, we can just drop the stone straight down here, wheelbarrow it out and make our life easier. So I showed you upstairs on the roof, you could see the gable end with the chimney on it and the fireplace next to it. And this is the bottom of it, this is the ingle nook. And the reason it's so wide is because in fireplaces with the flue, you've got to build a bend in it or a turn. If you just have it straight, you don't get any draw from the wind. The wind doesn't create any draw to suck the smoke out of the house, so you have to put a bend in it. This one's got a hell of a bend in it. It goes up and then over to the chimney. So we're thinking we can drop all of this fireplace. I mean, we'll be able to tell clearly once we start dropping it, but at the minute we're thinking we can drop it all, but we're gonna end up with a bit of a hole on the front that we'll either have to build a bit of a new fireplace back up on the upstairs, or we might just be able to, you know, create a flat wall and lose it all together. So you can see, this is the main opening for the fireplace, and it sweeps off to the left and then it cuts hard back over to the right. And then you can just about see daylight at the top of the chimney. We're hoping we can lose all of this side of the fireplace all the way up, and that hole goes into the gable end wall where the chimney is, and we can just smooth the wall off. We'll find out when we start taking it down. The stonework that was originally above this original stone lintel was a bit not structurally sound, should we say. It was pretty crap. We put this new lintel in, brickwork up above it, so it's all sound and solid, and then that was so we could screw or resin our threaded bar to it. But I really like this stone. I didn't want to get rid of this stone because I think it's a really nice feature. It's going to make a nice feature in the house. So this side and that side's nice. We are getting a sandblast chap here at some point to come and sandblast. So I'll get into sandblast all this old paint off, and that'll look really nice and pretty. You will see the stone sticking out of all these walls are going to be rendered or plastered, whatever it is, but you'll see a nice feature piece there. Whereas over here, we didn't have anything nice to try and save, so we just marked the doorway out, put the new concrete lintels in, brickwork above it, and then at some point we'll drop this doorway out, and that'll be new access to this, which will be the lounge for that house. This is the original wall plate. It's actually in better condition than any of the other wall plate we saw on that side. So you can see how wonky it's got over time. So that's our job, is to try and straighten that out. Hey. Oh, I full up from that cake. Look at the length on them. Go on then. Go on then, go on then. Who the fuck's telling you? Nice. That's a nice bit of wood. Yeah, right. Well, we're here. It might be worth swapping out for some concretes, mightn't it?
He's killing me.
I think they got the roof on and then just patched it in from the inside, perhaps. I'm not sure. That's pretty cool though, isn't it, how they cut that in? Just chase that there. We won't do that again. Alright, yeah, we definitely whip these out, put some concretes in. It must not have much strength, does it? You think it's just some uprights with a piece of stone in between, isn't it? So I think we'll put concretes right the way through, build it in solid. That was Twitch, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we won't do that again. Nice. I might go down there and have a better look. That height, isn't we, Cap?
Yeah, but at least it gives you enough room to do something with the...
Yeah, get some lintels and things on top of that. Yeah, I think we'll just do that, mate. Thinking about the window height in this room, so this is all that the roof was sat on. They got a 3-inch stone there, basically, as a lintel, and this head, and the whole thing's just not that structurally sound. These walls, like, there's actually a little bit of movement in that wall when you pull on it. I appreciate that's because we've just took the roof off and there's no like sideways strength in it. So that's why we're being a bit careful, but we're just thinking if we keep these windows the same height, we have got enough room to build some lintels in a little bit lower down. We can get some more brickwork over it and join this whole wall in, and that'll strengthen that whole thing up. I'm not worried about this movement because as soon as we've got the new roof on, holding it all together and everything, it's going to be absolutely sound. But we're just trying to figure out the strongest way to build this back together and make it last forever, like, you know. So get the head in, and then we could do these concrete lintels higher on the back, so we got, you know, so you can look out the window better inside.
So it'll finish down against the back of the...
Yeah, it won't feel as small when you're stood inside looking out. Yeah. 15 on the box.
That cat makes 190.
Yeah.
What have you got there? It's obviously the same. We had 3 and then the cat mate.
Yeah.
1, 2-ish, 3, and then 190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
It's making me feel so weak. Feeling like a puppet controlled by some
Expanding foam's pretty epic, isn't it, really? So much holding that side in? Not really. Yeah, do you want to jump on that side? Eh? Nice. Lean up against these bad boys. So that's us for today. We're going to carry on getting this ready how we want it for lintels and wall plate, and the same on that side. Just, it's a bit head scratchy, so get all the dirty work done and then get our head round the actual heights we need for the wall plate. So hopefully next time you see us, we'll be putting the new roof on. Hopefully we'll have all the wall plates on. We know exactly what we're doing. We can cut a new roof in and it will be hunky-dory. So yeah, if you've got any questions, anything you want to know about what we're up to so far, then just let me know.